man is on the mic tonight. High school football under those Friday lights. Corona, Riverside, Redlands in the frame. You Kuiper, Murrieta, they all bring the game. From first whistle to the final score, every big play keeps you coming back for more. The stands are packed, the pride runs deep. Inland Empire never misses sleep. Wednesday night, 7:05, you know the whole town comes alive. Every drive, every tackle, every cheer, Pep got the hottest seat in here. The Inland Sports Show, the Inland Sports Show, number one, no doubt, let it show. The Inland Sports Show, the Inland Sports Show, Pep Fernandez runs the show. The one that hits hard, Riverside brings heat. Redlands grinding every fourth down beat. You Caper makes a stand, Murrieta stays tall. One region, one heartbeat, we love it all. He breaks it down plain, he calls it true. Every team gets a spotlight view. If you want the pulse of the inland scene, Pep's got the place where the story's seen. Wednesday night, 7:05, you know the whole town comes alive. Every drive, every tackle, every cheer, Pep got the hottest seat in here. The Inland Sports Show, the Inland Sports Show, number one, no doubt, let it show. The Inland Sports Show, the Inland Sports Show, Pep Fernandez runs the show. Pep Fernandez runs the show. From the valley to the hills, every rival, every thrill. Hear the name and you already know. Pep Fernandez steals the show. Steals the show. Steals the show. Steals the show. Pep Fernandez runs the show. The Inland Sports Show. The Inland Sports Show. Number one, no doubt, let it show. The Inland Sports Show. The Inland Sports Show. Pep Fernandez runs the show.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the one and only Inland Sports Show. I'm your host, Pep Fernandez. We're going to talk some high school football in this show in just a moment. The star quarterback for Marcus Washington at Cajon High School. Listen, Marcus started at Cajon as a freshman, so naturally those comparisons to the great Jaden Daniels are going to happen. We're going to talk with Marcus about going into his sophomore season, coming off a CBL MVP season as a freshman, and how the team's stacking up for this upcoming year. So we're going to talk with Marcus in just a moment from Cajon High School. We also have the new but old Notre Dame football coach, Derrick Johnson. Yes, he is back for another tour with the Titans. Former player, former head coach, won a CIF title at Notre Dame, and now he is back to try to get the program going in the right direction as well. We're going to check in with our guy, Alexander Mattison, back home in San Bernardino for his I Am Gifted Youth football camp. And we're going to mix in a little World Cup because why not? Happy World Cup to all who celebrate out there. So we got an awesome show. I'm fired up about it. We will continue the show throughout the summer leading up to high school football. Week 0 will be here before you know it, like 6 weeks away, something like that? 6, maybe 6, I don't know. I wasn't trying to do this, but 6, 7 weeks away. So we are getting dangerously close to high school football. So with that said, if you are a local business or an organization and you want to jump on the Inland Sports Show team just in time for football season, let us know. We'd love to help promote your business or organization or your brand right here on the show, and you will help us promote these awesome positive sports stories here in the Inland Empire. Just shoot us an email, inlandsportshow@gmail.com. Let us know you're interested. You can also just find us on social media. We're on Instagram, X, and Facebook. Send us a message there and just say, hey, Pep, we love the IE. We love local sports. We love the positive sports stories. We want to be a part of that community, and we'd love to have you just in time for football season. So let's team up. Let's share those awesome stories. And we're thinking of bringing back the Inland Sports All-Stars. We do this every week during the high school football season. We pick about 4 or 5 All-Stars each week. And if there's a business or an organization that would like to specifically sponsor that segment, we'd love to have you. Just let us know that you are specifically interested in that, and we may bring it back for this upcoming year. All right, this guy would definitely be an all-star this upcoming season, one of these weeks. It would be Cajon quarterback Marcus Washington getting ready for his sophomore campaign with the Cowboys. It was a great freshman year, coming off a season in which he won the CBL MVP, started at quarterback as a true freshman for Cajon High School, and they won the CBL championship. But this year, I mean, they're trying to go big, maybe undefeated, maybe win a CIF title. I mean, Marcus has these big goals he has for the Cowboys this upcoming year as he goes into year number 2 at Cajon. And again, naturally, any comparisons to Jaden Daniels, because when you start as a freshman at quarterback at Cajon, and if Marcus, if it ends up playing out this way, he's going to be a 4-year starter for Cajon. It's hard to avoid those comparisons, right? So we're going to talk about that as well. So without further ado, our guy, Marcus Washington Jr., right here on the Inland Sports Show. Inland Sports. Join us here on the Inland Sports Show. He is the quarterback of the Cajon Cowboys, going into his sophomore season, Marcus Washington. And Marcus, man, going into Cajon as a true freshman and starting at quarterback at the varsity level. I mean, you guys had a tough schedule too. I think you played Norco first game of the year, which was a really great team. But did you have a, welcome to varsity football moment? Was there a play? Was there a game? Was there something? Maybe it was the first game against Norco where you're like, man, varsity football is a whole different deal.
Yeah, my welcome to high school moment was that week 1 game against Norco. I believe I had 2 fumbles, 2 interceptions. So it was rough. And then I was getting hit a lot. I was like a little timid, nervous, running the ball too. I didn't want to make anybody disappointed in me. So I was just trying to do my best, and it just went all wrong.
Well, we found out real quick that Norco was no joke, man. They were one of the better teams in the area. So after that first game of the year, how did you go back to the drawing board and kind of build up that confidence again? It's like, hey, you know what? That was a really good team, but we're going to come back. We're going to be, even better.
I just had to go back to doing me instead of trying to, try to make everybody else happy, listening to, what other people are telling me. I just had to go back to doing me and what I was doing in my youth days. So listening to my dad gave me a lot of pep talks. My Coach Rogers, gave me a lot of pep talks. So yeah, it just made it easier talking.
So what did you do as a youth football player that made sense for you to do it at the high school level? Like you said, you had to just go back to the basics and what you were good at. What were some of those things?
Making everybody look silly, just creating plays. Back in the way I was made to play, it was, how do I describe it? It was be more than just a quarterback, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. I mean, you're going to scramble. You're going to be mobile. You're going to extend plays. You're going to do all those things, right?
yeah.
And you know what? That too, like, when you look at the quarterback position, obviously you drop back, you throw the football. You're a dual threat guy. Obviously, you can run it too, but there's got to be some sort of like just something. You're wired a certain way when like, hey, this play is broken down. I'm going to create something here, or maybe I'm just going to buy more time because I know my guys are going to get open and I can get this ball downfield. I mean, what do you think is the most important thing about being a quarterback, but also making good decisions, in that moment when in like a split second?
Honestly, just not letting the pressure get to you. Just stay calm. Every play is it's a new play every play. So if you mess up, just leave that one alone. You'll go back to it, look at it later. So I really just forget about everything bad that happened, just move on to the next.
So Marcus, you were the CBL MVP as a freshman. I mean, did you in your own like in terms of like judging how you played your freshman year, do you feel like you lived up to your expectations? Do you feel like you could have played better? Do you feel like you surprised people? Like, how do you feel after that CBL MVP season?
It shocked myself because people don't even know. Going into my high school, I didn't have an off season because I had just broke my collarbone. So I didn't even expect myself to even have that kind of season. So now with myself having a full off season with my offense and actually knowing what plays we can design with me, it's going to be 10 times better.
Yeah, that was my next question. How are you feeling right now? You feeling pretty good about what the team's going to look like this upcoming year?
Oh, yeah, we look good. I'm going to be honest. We might go 10-0. I know it's like kind of crazy, but if we play how our roster is to our full potential, we can really go 10-0.
Marcus, obviously, if you start at quarterback at Cajon High School, there's going to be those comparisons to Jaden Daniels, of course, right? Yeah. I mean, like it just goes hand. So, do you embrace those? I know it's a lot of pressure. Obviously, Jaden's an NFL star, Heisman Trophy winner. But how do you balance that? Getting those expectations of a guy who is the greatest passer in CIF Southern Section history, and Jaden Daniels.
Honestly, I like hearing it. Like, I don't mind hearing it, but sometimes I'll be telling people like I'm my own self. Like, I'm trying to break all of the Jaden's records by the time I'm gone. So.
I love that. We're going to have a Marcus Washington Stadium out there in Cajon somewhere after it's all said. So, Marcus, between your freshman year and now going into your sophomore season, what are some of the biggest things that you feel like you had to work on in the off season to be a better quarterback for this upcoming year?
This year is more of like a mental game. So last year I had the skill set, but this year's more like be able to read the defense, pre-snap reads, knowing what coverage the defense is in, alignment, and not being able to be able to handle pressure whenever my team needs me.
Obviously, you're obviously a talented quarterback. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Obviously, you're a talented quarterback, but how much of it is the stuff that we don't see? Like when you're breaking down film or just being a student of the game, like you're just doing your homework maybe on an opponent or just being a better quarterback. Obviously, you have the physical ability, but how much do we not see that you have to do to be a better quarterback in terms of just studying the position and just getting familiar with it?
Yeah, there's a lot people really don't see. Especially during the season, I spend a lot of time breaking down film. I at least spend about an hour and a half a day just even watching the other team's film. Yeah, like throughout the week, just breaking it down. I get with my guys. It's a group called Throw First. That's my training group. So I'm with them throughout the week. Staying in school, getting my grades right. That's really the big thing with me. I've always been a 4.0 guy, so.
4.0, man. I love that. So you don't mind cracking open the books, huh, and doing well?
Yeah.
So, and in terms of recruiting too, like, when colleges come around and they're looking at you, I'm sure one of those first questions is, how's the grades? What's the GPA? Yeah. How's it looking, right?
Yeah.
So you probably feel pretty confident. You're like, hey, I'm a 4.0, man. You don't have to worry about me.
Yeah.
How is the recruiting process going? I know you've got a bunch of D1 offers already, but how is that going? And do you like all the attention that you're getting, or do you feel like you still have, a lot of people you still have to prove, like go out there and prove yourself?
Yeah, I still got a lot to prove, but so far recruiting, it's been moving pretty fast. So I believe in August is when the first 29 rankings come out. So I'll be able to see where I'm ranked at and get my stars. So that'll be pretty exciting.
Do you think about that stuff much? Do you worry about that? Or are you just like, hey, I'm just going to go out there and be a football player?
Yeah, it'd be mainly like that. Because, even after this year, I'm going to still have 3 more years to even prove myself. So, honestly, I personally think I'm the best player in the class 29. But that's just the confidence I got in myself.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, you got to have that, right? You got to have that swag. Marcus, let me ask you this. So, obviously last year was a success. You guys won a CBL title, brought it back to Cajon High School. But what do you feel like you guys have to do differently this year if you're going to make a CIF championship run?
Keep our players healthy. Keep our players healthy. Stay locked in. Don't get lost in the drama that goes on throughout the season. I know because a lot of people have been talking crazy already. So, trying to stay composed and keep everybody outside the noise. So.
And obviously when you're the quarterback of a football team, you are already one of the leaders on that team, right? People are going to look to you because you're the QB. How much do you feel like that falls on you that, like you said, keep that noise out, be like, hey guys, as a leader on this team, let's worry about us. Let's not worry about whatever, on the outside. Let's worry about what we're doing here.
Yeah. So I definitely with this year I'm going to have to step up big as far as being a leader. So this year, that's another thing I've been working on as far as mental and all that other stuff. So definitely a big improvement with my leadership skills. Definitely, I always take losses. I always put them on myself, no matter what happens. Mm-hmm. So I always blame myself.
Marcus, let me ask you this. So are you like a vocal guy, or are you kind of like you want to lead by example? So like when you speak up, you don't speak up a lot, but when you do, it's because you mean it and like you feel strongly about it.
Yeah, I'm not a loud person, but when I have to get loud, I will. Mm-hmm. So I show my leadership with my skills on the field.
Well, Marcus, man, I just wanted to catch up with you a little bit. Congrats on that awesome freshman year, CBL MVP, CBL championship, all that good stuff. But I know going into year number 2 at Cajon, man, you guys got some big goals out there with the Cowboys. So I appreciate you jumping on for a couple minutes, and best of luck here in 2026.
Thank you.
You got it. That's Marcus Washington, the quarterback of the Cajon Cowboys, here on the Inland Sports Show.
Inland Sports.
I think it's going to be a real big year for Marcus Washington and the Cowboys coming up this season. Very excited to see high school football and Cajon in action this upcoming year. All right, we're going to take another quick commercial break here on the Inland Sports Show. When we come back, man, we're going to sit down with Derrick Johnson. He's back as the head football coach at Notre Dame, trying to restore those glory days out there in Riverside with the Titans. And we're going to have an extended interview with him. I thought we were going to talk about 10 minutes. We go actually closer to about 20 minutes, man. We talk about a lot of cool things, so you don't want to miss that. It's coming up. Derrick Johnson, the head football coach at Notre Dame, once again. We'll be back here on the Inland Sports Show right after this.
The Inland Sports Show is brought to you by Ken Sporting Goods in Norco, #1 in the Inland Empire for team uniforms, sports equipment, and Letterman's jackets. Paulson Orthodontics in Redlands with Dr. Marcus Paulson. Personalized treatment you deserve from an orthodontist that you can trust. And Chick-fil-A in Yucaipa, right off the 10 freeway at Yucaipa Boulevard. Eat more chicken.
All right, welcome back to the Inland Sports Show, everybody. I'm your host, Pep Fernandez. The show rolls on with a big interview with Notre Dame head football coach Derrick Johnson. He was a player at Notre Dame. He coached at Notre Dame. He won a CIF Southern Section title in 2015 in the Northwest Division at Notre Dame, and now he's back to run it back with the Titans, trying to restore the program. And they've had a couple lean years, but he feels like, including his son, Darius, who's a big-time recruit, he's going to go to Michigan and play for the Wolverines. He feels like he's got a strong senior group. They're laying the foundation. It's very early, but laying that foundation for future teams as well at Notre Dame. So very excited to catch up with our guy Derrick Johnson here on the Inland Sports Show. Inland Sports. And now join us here on the Inland Sports Show, the head coach of the Notre Dame Titans. He is back. He's a Notre Dame guy. And Coach Derrick Johnson, Coach, I want to ask you first off, did you ever think that there was a path for you to go back to Notre Dame? I know it means so much to you, that place, that school, that team, and now you're back for a second run with those guys. I mean, are you even kind of surprised you're in this position right now, or are you always in the back of your mind hoping maybe there was another chance you'd go back there?
I'm a little surprised. I obviously been blessed to meet my wife there, play great high school ball as a player, and then come back as head coach and be able to do what some of our alumni have been able to do in the 70s and win a couple of championships. So when I got the call, a little surprised, but it's always been near and dear to my heart. So we're here, and it's a blessing, just a blessing.
Well, Coach, I know you were coaching at Marietta Valley and had some really successful teams and some high-end athletes, some really great players in seasons with Marietta Valley. How did that experience maybe improve you as a coach, just being around that level of competition, that level of coaching and players? Do you feel like you're a better coach for it, having been with them for several years?
Absolutely. I think, my tenure after leaving Notre Dame, I was blessed to have three great, amazing head football coaches. Daniel Algadas at San Bernardino Valley College. I grew a lot those first 2 years removed from high school football. Chuck Chastain, who's one of the best high school coaches in the game. Definitely a generational head football coach. And then coming and coaching with and for George Wilson, who obviously is one of the best in the game, and he's going to hit his 100-game milestone this season. And just been blessed to be around great men, great leaders. And so it's brought a lot of perspective to me coming back to Notre Dame and how to do this thing the right way.
Well, Coach, doing it the right way, I mean, you won a CIF Southern Section title at Notre Dame in 2015. I believe it was the Northwest Division. Does that sound right?
Absolutely. Great.
So, Coach, when you look back on that season, what do you feel like was the most important thing about a championship team or that championship season? If you could, duplicate what you guys did 11 years ago this year, like what do you think is the most important thing to build a championship team?
We have a lot of seniors right now, but I think the great teams, the championship teams, you can have great football teams and put together wins and milestones, but I think the great teams in that particular team was more player-led versus being coach-led. The coach-led teams can also do great things, but when the players take initiative and take ownership of their dreams, their goals, their aspirations, and they hold each other accountable, and that brotherhood is solidified for a lifetime, and they scratch each other's backs. When the teams are player-led, you start to see the most success.
Well, Coach, obviously, I know you're at Marietta Valley the last couple of years, but I'm sure you're keeping tabs on Notre Dame. Last couple of years, not the greatest years for the Titans. So what do you feel like you have to do to kind of at least get the program trending in that right direction again, in a positive direction?
I think it's Notre Dame has had great spurts from the 80s, 70s till present. I think consistency in the coaching staff, there's been a lot of turnover. I also think that the re-establishing a little bit of the trust, right, in the coaches that are on campus and that want to be there for the right reasons and want to be there for the long haul. Especially with the small school with a lot of turnover and the student population being so small, just the consistency and the trust and the belief in not only the football program, but what Notre Dame is doing as a whole. And I think rebridging that and regaining that trust with the student athletes will continue to help that thing grow into what it used to be.
Mm-hmm. Well, Coach, we're only, like 6 or 7 weeks away from, week 0, the start of the year. You guys have 3 straight road games to open up the season. I mean, are you getting excited knowing that the kickoff is really right around the corner now? I mean, you're going to come out of dead period and probably just hit, all gas, no brakes, right into that first game.
Yes, 100%. So we're on our bye week, we're on our dead period right now. So the coaches have been in the lab. We've been preparing. We've been planning for this next couple weeks leading up to our first game. So really super excited about this group. It's very senior heavy. I think they're chomping at the bit to win and know what that feels like. They've been committed, no missed days of practice. They're locked in. Football IQ has been pretty exceptional. So, and the work ethic, I think the kids have a great work ethic and they understand the game and they understand what their task is. And bringing the alumni back into this will only allow these kids to kind of accelerate where we want to go a lot faster than usual.
All right, speaking of your seniors at Notre Dame, obviously your son Darius, I know Derrick Jr.'s moved on and he was a star player and he's doing his thing, but you got Darius for one more year at the high school level. What does it mean, just that maybe as a coach, as a dad too, just to be able to coach your son? And I know he's a big time baller too, and I want to talk about him in a moment, but just put your dad hat on for a second. And what's that like having him in the program?
The last stint at Notre Dame, they were at Riverside Pop Warner. And my wife, she raised the boys really well. So she did a really good job getting them to and from practice. I would miss some games. And so full circle, fast forward 10 years later, I get an opportunity to watch it live and watch their craft and watch them become better players and better individuals and high character individuals, better than what I was capable of doing at their age. So to see them work out every day, to see them bond and push and lead and support their teammates, and being able to see it firsthand, it's just been a blessing.
All right, you mentioned it, and I was going to ask you too, as a parent, I've got 2 daughters. As a parent, you want to see your kids do better than you, right? Do you feel like Darius and Derrick Jr. for that matter, do you feel like at their ages where they were like seniors in high school, do you feel like they were farther along than maybe what you were at the high school level as a senior?
I think the game has changed a little bit. I think they're a lot sharper. I think there's a lot more access to technology and private personal training and some other things to build unique skill sets. So I think they have a leg up on that. I still think old school football, we're a lot tougher. Mentally and physically. I mean, we lived in the weight room. They still do, but there would be an argument around the dinner table on who's the best to date, age for age. So I still have my old VHSs. So from time to time, we'll pull those out so they can understand Dad was an RG. He was a real guy.
Well, let me ask you about this too, Coach, because you played at Washington, you made it to the NFL, you know the recruiting process, and I know you've been going through that with your sons. Darius, a Michigan man now, he's committed to the Wolverines. Has the recruiting process, as a dad, process looked different to you as opposed to when you were a player coming out? I mean, I would assume social media has really changed the game, but how has recruiting changed maybe?
It's actually quite the same. When the kids perform on the field, they get an opportunity. And your resume is each snap that these kids have an opportunity to have. And my kids have understood that from the time the junior college kids were hanging out at my house, watching film, breaking down game film, to workouts where they're on the field setting up their cones on the side of the older kids' practices. So I think my kids have had a leg up because they knew what it looked like from a young age. They were always around the older kids. They were always in meetings. They could get on the whiteboard at 11, 12 years old and design or be able to identify where everybody on an offense or defense are supposed to be. So I think the football IQ, I think the mental toughness, I think a little bit of the growth and maturity they have to have a little bit to be a little bit different and unique and sacrifice a little bit of their fun and being a teenager to pursue a dream. Our family's always been about the standard, and we set the standard and the bar so high. That ceiling was so high that it was very hard to attain and meet, but somehow, through the grace of God, we were able to get there. So just extremely blessed.
And just how proud are you of both of your sons? I mean, seeing them, achieve their goals. And I mean, I just saw the picture of Darius specifically on social media, in a Michigan uniform, which is awesome. I love the Wolverines. I mean, just to be like a dad, coach aside, just being a dad, being like, oh my gosh, they're doing it. Right.
Very hard to do. As a father, you want them to pursue their own dreams and go out and join band or join a chess club or, just try something new and special. And somehow they've just gravitated to the game of football. And, as a dad and a coach, it's very hard to navigate how to separate the two on downtime. It's been a strain, but also a good strain as far as what that standard looks like. So these guys have been pros since they were born, and they've met and exceeded expectations. So just extremely excited for them.
All right, Coach, let's go back to the team. I mean, what have the last couple of weeks look like for you guys in terms of preparation for the upcoming season? Because, I assume you're trying to squeeze in a lot of information, a lot of stuff in a short amount of time. So what was the last couple of weeks like in terms of you guys, practicing, weight room, 7-on-7, or whatever you guys do to get ready?
Right. So, it was 7 former head football coaches the past 10 years, the past decade at Notre Dame. You have to start somewhere. So we started in the weight room. We started on the whiteboard. We started just with the football IQ and the mental mindset of what we're looking for and what it's like to play football at Riverside Notre Dame. So that's always embodied by the weight room first. We want to protect the kids, but we also want to be physical and aggressive within the confines of the whistle. And so we know we can get that done in the weight room. So I think our kids have done a great job of accepting me and my staff. And they've done a great job of being receptive to any different styles of coaching and coaches that we have brought in. And I think the parents also have bought into what we're doing because I do know what it looks like. I did spend 2 different tours there as a student athlete and then also as a former coach. So I know what it looks like. I know what the stresses and the struggles are within the program, within the school as far as bodies and multi-sport athletes. And I promote that. I look forward to those multi-sport athletes going out and being super athletic and super competitive in other sports and then coming back to me in the summer. So right now it's just been building that competitive grit and that mental toughness to say, hey, believe in yourself and believe in what this program can provide for you. And let's go out and represent the past, present, and future the best way we can.
So, Coach, roster-wise, are the numbers pretty good or at least improving from what we maybe have seen the last couple of years?
Yes, they're improving a little bit. Still working the campus, trying to get kids out. The culture's a little different with injuries and with all the other things and other activities on campus. At some point, we will have this program, and it's my vision to get back to 100 kids in the program like we used to have. I don't think that's a dream. I know it will happen. It will just take time, just like the last time. It just takes time. And my wife said it best. She says, Rome wasn't built in a day. So don't try to overwhelm yourself trying to get it all done in year 1. We're going to set the foundation right now. So we are just doing the groundwork and building the foundation for something that we can hope to last many decades after I'm gone. We want to sustain it. We want to build it the right way. And right now we're still grading. We're still grading the land right now. We're still leveling everything out. We haven't even poured the concrete and the rebar and mixed and set this foundation. And it's really exciting that this group will be able to set their legacy on getting this thing back to where it used to be. So super excited for this young group.
Right, Coach. And finally, just finish this sentence for me. If Notre Dame is going to go back to the playoffs, they will need to do this.
ball security and take the ball away and play as one. Play as one. One heartbeat. Everyone, no egos, all about the team. And so we'll probably bring that "We Not Me" slogan back because it's never about the one individual. It's always about the team.
So even though you're preparing these guys on the field, X's and O's and physically getting them ready for in the weight room, but also having to, I don't know, maybe build that championship mindset, right? Like you were talking about the culture, right? Like to go, think that they're a winner and play like a winner and prepare like a winner, right?
Yes. So we want to do everything. So
yeah.
I think that awesome high school experience should be everything. I think Notre Dame provides that. I think spiritually, we're going to get that. Father Paul's been there since I was in high school. So we want to be spiritually connected to God. We want to academically be competitive. So we're going to compete in the classroom the same way we do on the football field. We want to challenge them athletically. We want to give them the best athletic experience possible. And then socially, we want to have fun doing it. So if we build this pillar of faith, scholarship, community, we want to get out and donate. We want to get out in the community and serve and give back. So serving others is also something that's very dear to my heart. So I think these boys are going to have an opportunity to have the best of all four worlds of being able to spiritually be connected, be able to academically be challenged and competitive. I hope a valedictorian comes off of this football team. We want to play with high IQ football players. But we also want to have the staff with Will Smith, who's played for the Dallas Cowboys, who's also a Notre Dame grad. Kenyon Barner coming back and working with the running backs. He's got 3 Super Bowl winning rings, and then obviously the other college coaches that are coaching on our staff this year. We're just looking forward to being able to give back. And then we want to socially have fun. We want to work hard, but we also want the boys to be teenagers and enjoy this moment and this part of their life. Because as adults, this is what we always revert back to when I was in high school. We did X, Y, Z. And we want them to come back to our community, to Notre Dame, and we want them to give of themselves like other people are giving to them. So I'm looking forward to this experience, and the kids are super excited. We had a couple parents donate some program needs, so that was awesome to see so early in the program. A lot of alumni have been reaching back, so I think everybody's brewing for some excitement to see Notre Dame sit back at the top of the throne one day.
Well, sure, it looks very promising, Coach, and glad to see you back at Notre Dame. I know a lot of people are fired up about it. When you first came on, they were like, "Oh my gosh, Derrick Johnson is back at Notre Dame!" So people are very hyped up for it. So it's awesome to see you back there, and it sounds like things are going well, man. So hopefully you have a ton of success this upcoming year.
Oh, thank you so much, and thank you to all the coaches who gave me an opportunity. Thank you, Chuck. Thank you, Daniel Algadas, and thank you, George Wilson. Love you guys dearly. Jeff Huerta, all you guys have been an inspiration to me. And, just looking forward to competing this season.
Some great coaches you just listed right there. And you're another one of them, Coach. Derrick Johnson, the football coach at Notre Dame High School. Again, part 2 here on the Inland Sports Show. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you so much. Go Titans.
Inland Sports. All right, Derrick Johnson from Notre Dame here on the Inland Sports Show. We're also talking Notre Dame football, and we're going to hear a little bit from Coach on the Riverside Sports Update on Riverside TV this week as well. We'll take a look at the 2026 schedule for the Titans and a quick soundbite from Coach Johnson as well about restoring that tradition, those glory days at Notre Dame. All right, we're going to take another quick commercial break here on the Inland Sports Show. When we come back, we're going to check in with our guy, Alexander Mattison, out there at Cardinal City, USA, San Bernardino High School, and a little World Cup. We're going to talk some World Cup on KCAL and Cola FM. That's next here on the Inland Sports Show right after this.
The Inland Sports Show is brought to you by Ken Sporting Goods in Norco, #1 in the Inland Empire for team uniforms, sports equipment, and Letterman's jackets. Paulson Orthodontics in Redlands with Dr. Marcus Paulson. Personalized treatment you deserve from an orthodontist that you can trust. And Chick-fil-A in Yucaipa, right off the 10 freeway at Yucaipa Boulevard. Eat more chicken.
This is going to be like a little slice of March Madness, right? You're one and done. Like, you've got to win, survive, and advance. Like the group stage, you get 3 guaranteed games. You got to survive your group to make it to the knockout round. So if you're a college basketball fan, it would be like going to the round of 32, right? And then you win, you advance, and all the way, to the finals. But I mean, this is it. You got to be playing your best soccer right now.
Let's go. It's going to get exciting.
That it's going to be Bosnia-Herzegovina, which, I don't know, seems like a winnable game. We're not playing France or Portugal or Argentina, right? I think it's a winnable game.
I think so, too. Pep, are you ready to do a pick on who's going to win the World Cup? Or are we kind of waiting until we get into that knockout round?
Let's wait till the knockout round, but I'll say this. The defending champions, Argentina, man, like everyone was talking about France and Spain. And for good reason. They're clearly the 2 best teams in the world. But Argentina, man, they're the defending champions. Like, they're there for a reason. And they got the greatest player on the planet, who is still the GOAT in Leo Messi. So, I don't know, man. Something tells me Argentina is going to make another run at this.
I like that, Pep. I was thinking along the same lines, but I'm with you. France scares me. Yeah. I don't want to play them.
Yeah, they're tough. I mean, obviously they're tough, right? France and Spain, they're obviously going to be tough. But something about Argentina being the defending champions. My heart says red, white, and blue, right? Stars and stripes. But on the field, it's like, ooh, Argentina is tough. So we'll see. You never know, man. It only takes one, like March Madness. It only takes one night where you're better than the other team and you survive in advance.
World Cup, very tough to repeat.
Yes, yeah, 100%.
Inland Sports.
Let's go. Hanging out with my boy Patrick in the morning on KCal 96.7 FM every Monday and Thursday morning, talking sports, also talking a lot of World Cup. Right now on KCal 96.7 FM and Cola 99.9 FM, you can check out my World Cup recap every single weekday in the 9 a.m. hour and also the 4 p.m. hour, brought to you by SAC Health. So we'll bring you the latest news, the latest happenings from the World Cup. Really enjoying breaking down the World Cup each day on KCal and Cola FM. So make sure you look for those online and, of course, on the radio. So if you're driving around like I do a lot, I'm in the car a lot, so I'll find it on the radio as well. So that's the World Cup recap on KCal 96.7 FM and Cola 99.9 FM as well. 9 a.m. and 4 p.m. hours each weekday, not the weekends, just the weekday. So, for example, earlier today, this was the World Cup recap on Cola and KCal. Let's kick it. It's your World Cup recap. I'm Pep Fernandez from the Inland Sports Show. Mexico is moving on. L3 had no problem with Ecuador winning 2-0. The superstars continuing to shine at the World Cup. Erling Haaland scored the game winner to lift Norway to a 2-1 victory versus Ivory Coast. Norway advances, and so will France after Kylian Mbappe netted a pair of scores in a 3-0 win versus Sweden. Merci beaucoup. And all eyes will be on Santa Clara tonight as Team USA returns to the pitch versus Bosnia-Herzegovina. The Stars and Stripes will be looking to punch their ticket to the round of 16. I'm Pep Fernandez with your World Cup recap. All right, there it is, the World Cup recap. You heard that earlier today on KCal and Cola. Look for that each weekday. All right, we're going to go from football to football. Football season is almost here. We are dangerously close now to the start of the season. But this time of the year, there's a lot of camps, right? A lot of our NFL guys come back. They do youth football camps. We just had the University of Redlands football camps where our high school guys were getting scholarship offers. Pretty awesome to see out there. At Ted Runner Stadium. But one of the guys coming back to do his camp, Alexander Mattison, of course, right, his I Am Gifted Youth Football Camp. Let's check out the sights and the sounds, a little bit of music remix for our guy Alex out there at Cardinal City.
Inland Sports.
Yeah, back home in San Bernardino. Same dirt, same dream, same people. Alexander out the gate. Now he moving like a big-time leader. San Bernardino High, he ain't here for a photo op. Hey, he there with the cones and the water stop, showing kids how to plant that foot. how to rise when the pressure comes. Yeah. Foundation on his chest, I see. Giving back to the community. Not just talk when the cameras roll. He stay solid, he stay full of soul. Ay, in the hallways, in the bleachers too. Young ones watching what a man can do. He make a lane for the ones who doubt, then he run through and he pull them out. He said you got something in you, don't let nobody miss you. One voice turn to a whole crew when the hometown lifts you. I am gifted. Say it loud. I am gifted. Bring the whole block out. Everybody gotta give. Everybody gotta give. I am gifted. Then he showed us how.
Inland Sports. All right, our guy Alexander Mattison out there at San Bernardino High School. We also caught up with him at the camp to talk about doing the camp, being a father, having the camp at San Bernardino High School where it all started for him. So a lot of cool things to see Alex back in his hometown. Inland Sports.
Yeah, definitely. I know it's hard not to get like too involved and too coachy because like I see myself going down this route that I don't want to go down, where I'm coaching my son's team and coaching my daughter up and I'm coaching her team. And you know, when I retire, I want to just be the dad cheering. But I'm already seeing it. I'm already feeling it. They want to do workouts with me. My daughter, she's like, "Daddy, can we do a workout?" So it's about to get real where I'm going to have my kids out here at my own camp. So that's going to be surreal for me. Coming from San Bernardino, you know, this is just like I'm living the dream. So being able to come back, pour into these kids, and for them to be receptive of it as well, it's amazing to see that we're coaching them up. This is probably one of the most well-rounded group of kids that we've had over the years as far as taking coaching, being excited about getting the coaching, and really paying attention and soaking it all in. Yeah, man, I'm coming home. I'm here. I'm home. It would look a little different when I was here. You know, they got the nice field with the turf and the track. But I'm proud to be a part of basically that group that was able to crawl so that they can run. It feels good when I can come back and I see Cardinal City thriving and shining, and to come back and host it right here at home feels great. I think God called me to have a bigger purpose than whatever it is the stereotypical athlete might be doing. You know, just out there playing ball on the field, living out my dream. Yeah, that's a part of it. That's a part of, you know, what I grinded for, but I believe I have a higher calling to that, and that's to pour back into my community, to use my platform for good, to spread the love and positivity, to spread the mental health awareness. So that's why I do this, man, just so I can come back and just let everyone know you're born with a gift, whether it's on the field, whether it's in a surgery room, whether it's in a kitchen as a chef, whatever it might be, you have a gift. Find that gift within and use it to shed light in the world. And if we can all continue to do that, we can be light in somebody's dark time and bring them out of that darkness and continue to make this world a bigger, better, brighter place.
Inland Sports. All right, the one and only Alexander Mattison, who is still an NFL free agent running back. He has not signed with a team yet, although I'm hearing there's two teams still very interested, so we'll see if he's going to sign very, very soon with training camps now just in a couple of weeks. All right, that's going to do it for this edition of the Inland Sports Show. We appreciate you tuning in. A big thanks to Marcus Washington Jr., Derrick Johnson, of course, Alexander Mattison. We appreciate their time. And if you're a local business or an organization, you'd like to help us promote these awesome, positive sports stories here in the IE, hit us up, shoot us an email, inlandsportshow@gmail.com, or you can find us on social media too. We'd love to promote your business, your organization, your brand, and then in return you get to help support sports in our local community. All right, we'll see you next time. Make sure you give this video a like, subscribe to the channel. God bless you guys. Have a great and happy, safe 4th of July. I'm Pep Fernandez. We'll see you next time on your favorite show, the Inland Sports Show. Good night.